Ooh, we're live on Facebook.
How do I switch it? Good. Good morning, Facebook. Okay, so a lot of people ask me, what do you do as a concierge? And this is Josh Mathews at 7:55 a.m. on a Saturday. Are you kidding me?
So that's what a concierge. Not, I thought it was concierge.
Okay, it's 7:55 on a Saturday.
Is it? Am I wrong?
It is concierge. That was good. Thank you.
Are you still live?
I am live. Say hi to all my friends.
Hello, friends.
I don't have anybody awake yet.
It's early. I know. I've been
No.
tweeting and no one has responded to me. We got 6 minutes. Six minutes.
Say hi, Kurt.
Hi, Kurt.
Say hi, Facebook Live.
Hi, Captain Kurt.
So we're sitting in the ESPN studios in Nashville, Tennessee, and Josh is going to go on live.
In
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
He's gonna go
I
live.
keep forgetting that they can hear. I'm like doing this, like they can't hear me. 6 minutes.
Hi,
Well,
Nathan.
maybe,
Say hi to Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
He's the coolest guy ever.
You're just saying that.
No, honestly, he lived next door to me. The best guy ever. So,
talking about you or Nathan?
I think Nathan.
Nathan's the best guy ever.
Okay, got it.
Yes. And his wife is amazing and love it.
What's her name?
Kim.
Kim and Nathan.
Kim and Nathan.
They're awesome.
K-N-N.
They're so cute.
They're watch. They're fans.
They are.
Cool.
They are. So this is what I do in a way. So today I'm helping Josh in here a little bit, and I work on his advertising and marketing.
I'm going this way. I'm going to work.
Bye, Kurt.
Thanks, Kurt.
I'm locking you in.
Oh, Nathan's
You guys
hot
behave.
too.
I don't want to break this up.
See
Okay.
you.
All right.
So Josh goes on to fly in. How long did you go? 4 minutes. So I'm gonna face
4 minutes.
part of this. So yeah. So it's early. Hello, Shelly. Hello, my cousin. Hi, Nicole. So this is what we do. Is it?
No.
Okay. See, we're just going to stream live for a second. It might get kind of boring, so I have a couple questions for Josh. And make sure that you guys like his Facebook page, which we're working on as we speak, to change it to the Josh Mathews Show on ESPN Radio. 125 a game. Do you have a career?
You have a,
No.
you have a future in radio.
It is really early this morning.
It's early. We're close, though. Where can I put this guy? No, that covers up that one.
Yeah,
Let's
I
keep
know.
it in. No, I'll just put it here like I did last week.
Oh, hey, here's a really quick question. What do you think about Andrew Luck for this year? Nathan wants to know.
I'm not a Colts guy. So I think he's good. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Do you think I think he's a little overpaid.
I think a lot of people are overpaid.
I know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I think their dating life would be probably a little bit more sincere if they didn't put their salaries out on the internet. Just saying. Yeah, right? Just saying. All right, he's going to send too quiet in like a minute. The bags are real. What do you think about the Kevin Durant trade?
Huh?
Kevin Durant trade. What do you think? Go. You have 10 seconds.
I love the Kevin Durant trade. I'm a huge fan now. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Durant, and I love the new. You see, he got a Tupac tattoo on his leg. A full mural of Tupac.
Did he
It's
really?
awesome. Yeah. I saw it
I'm gonna
yesterday.
have to Google that.
It was awesome.
Okay, we'll talk in the next break, you guys. If you're in Nashville, listen, 102.5, The Game, ESPN Radio.
Good morning, Facebook.
How do you cancel that?
Okay, so a lot of people
How
ask
do you cancel
what do you do as a concierge? And this is Josh.
Did you get it?
I just turned it down.
You're too funny.
No, I'm so tired. I can't even tell you. Are you taking questions today?
Not till seg 4.
Okay.
I'll take calls throughout the show, but I'm not going to do Facebook. You're going to be on Facebook Live, right? And be able to answer questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can answer it on the break, right?
Yeah, but when we go, and if I run out of things to talk about, we'll just go right to Facebook Live. That's just my fallback.
Are you Facebook Live now?
I'm sideways on Facebook.
Okay.
7:55
How do I
5
turn
a.m.
off?
on
There we go.
I guess I could have pressed that button.
Which one?
Oh, that's not it.
Are you periscoping too?
Periscope's right there. Hi, Periscope. And Facebook is right there. And I was sideways, according to my friend Dave Lagana.
Cool.
Good morning, Nashville. Hello, planet Earth. This is the Josh Mathews Show. It is Saturday, July 23rd. It's early. 8 a.m. Central, ESPN 1025, The Game. You can call us 615-737-1025. The Josh Mathews Show is brought to you by Freedom Pro Wrestling. Big show coming to the fairgrounds here in Nashville, Saturday, August 6th, with a bell time of 7 p.m. Later in the show, I will have on Rockstar Spud from Impact Wrestling. He'll also be competing for Freedom Pro Wrestling on Saturday, August 6th. You can watch the show live on Facebook, Facebook Live. It's facebook.com/ESPN Josh. I'm looking at Facebook right here in front of me. Thank you guys for joining us early this morning, and on Twitter through Periscope. I'm looking at Periscope over here to my left. At Real Josh Mathews. And before we get into the show today, before we get really started and get going, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the over 500,000 Facebook impressions we did last week. Nearly 25,000 viewers on Facebook Live to date. Questions from all over the world. I was just overwhelmed. So I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who is supporting the show, everyone who tweeted at me and sent messages on Facebook. Thank you guys. I mean, I was driving home last week and I looked at Facebook and I couldn't believe how many people actually watched this show live last week. So it all started well over a year ago. I met with ESPN here in Nashville and I just wanted to do a radio show, a local radio show about sports, about pop culture, and about professional wrestling. And in the whole process of getting this show up and going, and through the help of Jeremy and Brandy, and now that the show's up and going, I never actually thought, is anyone going to listen to this thing? It never even crossed my mind. All I wanted to do was a radio show here in the city that I now live in for the past 2 years, a city that I love in Nashville, a city that I want to be a part of. I call it America's sweetheart every chance I get because it truly is America's sweetheart right now. This city is growing rapidly. It's a great sports city. It's a great sports town. And I want to be a part of the fabric of this community. I want to be a part of Nashville. So again, finally, before we get going, just thank you to everyone who has tuned in and been a part of the Josh Mathews Show and the broadcast. This is week 2 of the Josh Mathews Show on ESPN 1025 The Game. Again, give us a call, 615-737-1025. We got calls last week from all over the United States, from Colorado to New York to Connecticut to Pittsburgh. So keep calling, guys. I want to hear from you throughout the hour. So Impact Wrestling has moved to Thursday nights. Our first Thursday night was this past Thursday, and it was a highly successful show. 362,000 views on the overnight ratings, plus threes will bump that up even higher over the weekend. I think it's a very successful first show for Impact Wrestling on Thursday nights. We're home. Thursday is a great night for professional wrestling. New time of 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Every Thursday night you can see Impact on Pop, and I think this time is great, and I think the day of the week is amazing for Impact. I think that Thursdays needs professional wrestling, and the show this past Thursday night was a great one. If you were just joining us, if you're new to Impact, it was a great opportunity to jump on board and check out what was going on. We started the Bound for Glory playoffs, and what this is, it was an opportunity for 8 wrestlers to compete in a tournament-style format to go on to Bound for Glory, which will take place in the fall. It's our biggest pay-per-view event of the year, and the opportunity for these 8 wrestlers, these 8 athletes, to go on to compete in the main event of Bound for Glory for the World Championship. So the 4 matches that we saw were Matt Hardy versus the Cowboy, James Storm from right here in Tennessee, Bram versus Drew Galloway, Eli Drake versus EC3, and the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy one-on-one with the Miracle Mike Bennett. And what I loved about these matches is the storylines that intertwine throughout all of these matches. Jeff Hardy's competing against the Miracle Mike Bennett, but his brother Matt, Broken Matt Hardy, for those of you that have been following along, and I know a lot of people have been watching what Matt Hardy's been doing with his career and his character, and it's been nothing short of phenomenal. Jeff is the obsolete mule working for Matt Hardy. Matt allowed Jeff to compete against Mike Bennett, but Jeff comes into the match less than 100%. He's beaten up. He's broken. He had a motocross accident just days prior in Cameron, North Carolina. Jeff comes into this match, and the Miracle Mike Bennett steals a victory. So Mike Bennett's moving on to the semifinals. The semifinals will be taking place this upcoming Thursday night. So make sure to be a part of Impact this upcoming Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. And after the Miracle Mike Bennett stole his victory from Jeff Hardy, Matt would compete against the Cowboy James Storm, and the Bearded Outlaw gave it everything he had, but Broken Matt Hardy, who feels he's magical right now. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things on the show today. We're going to be talking about the biggest rivals in the history of sports, but I also want to talk about the magic that Matt Hardy feels he possesses. Those of you out there watching on Facebook Live and Periscope, and anyone listening to the show here in Nashville, the Josh Mathews Show, ESPN 1025 The Game, give us a call, 615-737-1025. Let me know what you think about the Broken Matt character. Matt Hardy moves on. He defeats the Cowboy James Storm, Matt Hardy, in the semifinals. Then we had Bram and Drew Galloway compete. These are 2 guys, 2 up-and-coming heavyweights, big. They like to, it's hard-nosed smash mouth when Bram and Drew Galloway are in the ring, and they left it all in the 6-sided ring. Drew Galloway walks away with the victory, the Scottish Dragon, as I've started calling him, and Galloway has moved on to the semifinals, and that left Eli Drake and EC3. We talked about EC3 last week. We also talked about Eli Drake. We got a lot of calls and Facebook comments as it relates to Eli Drake, and you guys said that you love to hate Eli Drake. Let me know if that is still the case at 615-737-1025. EC3 would secure the victory. EC3 is moving on to the semifinals, and it will be EC3 versus Matt Hardy and the Miracle Mike Bennett versus Drew Galloway. 2 matches that feature incredible rivalries. EC3 and Matt Hardy have a tremendous storied past, a tremendous history, a rich rivalry, one of the best rivalries in all of Impact, in my opinion. And then you'll see Drew Galloway versus the Miracle Mike Bennett in the other semifinal match. So either Mike Bennett will go on, Drew Galloway will go on, EC3 or Matt Hardy will go on. And this is what really had me thinking about sports rivalries and how we love rivalries, how they've become just something that you can't miss when big-time rivals either step on a field against each other or step into a ring against each other, and that's what's going to happen this upcoming Thursday night on Impact, on Pop, the Miracle Mike Bennett versus Drew Galloway. I want to know who you guys think is going to win this match. Let us know, 615-737-1025. I will be answering all Facebook Live questions throughout the show. I'll also get the opinion of a fellow Impact wrestler, Rockstar Spud, when he joins us right around 8:30 this morning. We'll see if Spud is awake yet on this early Saturday morning here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. So Galloway versus Bennett, and then Matt Hardy versus EC3. Can EC3 get past this deranged, broken, now he feels that he's magical Matt Hardy? It is truly something that you're not going to want to miss this upcoming Thursday night. And EC3 he listened and watched the show last week on Facebook Live. Great friend of mine. I appreciate all of his support, and I think that EC3, he is, he's the dynasty. He is the guy right now for Impact Wrestling. So we'll see if he can go on and defeat Matt Hardy. The main event this past Thursday night was title versus title. 6 sides of steel, which means it's a steel cage match. We call it 6 sides of steel because Impact is unique unto itself. We compete inside a 6-sided ring. So it was Lashley versus Eddie Edwards. Lashley is the world champion, Eddie Edwards the X Division champion. The X Division is all about taking risks. It's about no limits. It'd be like a free safety or a cornerback in the NFL that flies around and takes risks. It'd be like a guy in the NBA who is an incredible dunker, someone that like Steph Curry would probably fare very well in the X Division. And in the main event with title versus title with Lashley versus Eddie Edwards, title versus title matches don't happen a lot in professional wrestling, hardly ever. And these two went out there inside 6 sides of steel. And Lashley, he's used to competing in cages. He's an MMA competitor. He's got a 14-2 MMA record. He competes for Bellator. And Lashley came into this match against Eddie Edwards, and these guys just were all over it. They crushed it. One of the best matches I've ever called, one of the best matches I've seen. So if you haven't seen it yet, I would highly suggest you go out of your way to see title versus title, Lashley versus Eddie Edwards, 6 sides of steel. It was awesome. So I don't want to tell you who won right now. Those of you that saw it, you know. But those of you that haven't, those of you that perhaps DVR'd will have an opportunity to watch over the weekend. And truly something you don't want to miss. We'll talk to Rockstar Spud about it when he joins us at 8:30 here on the Josh Mathews Show on ESPN 102.5 The Game. Give us a call, 615-737-1025. We are brought to you by Freedom Pro Wrestling. Big show, Saturday, August 6th, 7 p.m. bell time at the fairgrounds. If you're in town, I highly suggest checking it out. If you're listening to us from all over the world, if you happen to be in Nashville on August 6th, it's at the fairgrounds at 7 p.m. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the biggest rivalries in the history of not only sports, but pop culture as well. This is the Josh Mathews Show on ESPN 102.5 The Game.
That went by fast.
Very fast.
Sorry, I thought my volume was off. You're echoing. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
All right, so I'm going to do what your people want to know, your fans want to know.
What do they want to know?
I don't know, but I didn't log on because my volume was off.
Oh, did you turn it off?
I think I did. So we're going to check it out and see. How many people do you have on there now?
254, it looks like.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Josh, say hi to the Bohemian people. Hello, Bohemians.
How about say good morning to Brandy?
Say good morning to Brandy. Hey, Josh, while you were in WWE, who pitched the Tim White Depression Angles? Krista Joseph, I believe, was the person responsible for those.
Did you see that?
That just happened?
Yeah.
Ugh.
The hell is that? All right, let me get on you. Okay, that sounded completely inappropriate. Let me get on you. It's funny. Okay. I think my volume's off on this now, right?
What's that?
Okay. I just want to make sure my volume's up. Good morning, Chris. I got one.
Are you on mine?
Yeah. I'm watching you. That's why you could hear it.
Oh, but you can see all the questions that come in.
I
Okay.
am, so I'm going to, if they have questions, I'm going to look for good ones for you.
Okay.
For your segment.
Guys, let your questions, address them to Brandy. Use the hash. No, they don't have to use the hashtag right there.
No, I can read them.
The thing. She can read them.
I got this.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's early.
Talk about radio. Oh, we got calls.
Yeah. Say hi to Josh in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Josh in Pennsylvania.
I'm sorry, that was Kyle.
Kyle in Pennsylvania.
Sorry.
Brandy.
Moment.
It's early for Brandy.
It is. That's funny. Hi, Chris. When's your next break? Or when's your break after this one? I'm going live. That's what I'm asking.
8:15 to 8:26.
8:26. We're going live. I guess I should scoot over him for him.
Is he here?
Yeah. I don't think so. Good morning, sunshine.
All right. Did you hear the first segment?
I did. I watched the first segment.
Was it good?
I watched it here and I watched it there.
Are you coming in here?
No.
Okay. Good morning, sunshine.
Captain Kurt, you know what I like. That'll get you up in the morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Josh Mathews Show. ESPN 1025, The Game. Give us a call, 615-737-1025. In this particular segment, we are going to be talking about the biggest rivals in sports and in pop culture. And the reason that we're talking about this is because of the rivalries that I mentioned that will be renewed on Impact Wrestling this coming Thursday at 8/7 Central between Drew Galloway and the Miracle Mike Bennett and EC3 and Matt Hardy. And I started thinking about it, and as an athlete, there's always that one. The one that just means more, and I think that it's really ingrained in you at a young age. I remember playing football in 7th and 8th grade, and we had that big crosstown rival. In 7th grade, they were the only team that we played. We practiced for like 8 or 9 weeks, and then we played this team in a scrimmage that they didn't even keep score. And for the record, I was the only one that scored a touchdown in that game. I was keeping score. And the running back, Josh Mathews, scored the only touchdown in that 7th grade game. The only touchdown, sadly, of my football career. But then in 8th grade, we all were on the same team. Not 8th grade, high school. You get on the same team, and then you have another rival, and that continues into college and then on the professional level. I think that the rivalries really exemplify themselves in college football. I'm a huge fan of college football rivals. I'll hit you up with my 2 biggest ones here in just a little while. But there's also personal rivalries that have really been put under a microscope thanks to things like Twitter. And everyone has a voice on Twitter. I use mine. Sometimes I shouldn't use mine on Twitter, but I do. And the one that I saw over this past week was Odell Beckham Jr., and now Redskins cornerback Josh Norman. It started last season in Week 15. It was the Giants versus the Carolina Panthers. And at this time, Josh Norman was on the Panthers, and these two went at it. I mean, we should have just put them in a 6-sided ring and let them fight. Odell Beckham Jr. got suspended for a game, and now OBJ will face Josh Norman twice a season as NFC East rivals. And here's a quote from Odell Beckham Jr. that's going to come out in the August edition of GQ magazine. And I quote, "It'll be a lot more media attention for him. Attention that I don't really look for, attention that I don't really need. The reason he's become so relevant is because of me." Josh Norman got $75 million from the Washington Redskins. And OBJ is claiming that he's got that contract, that he's gotten this $75 million because he's going to face Odell Beckham Jr. twice when they play Giants versus Redskins. It's a little bit of a stretch if you're OBJ, but I mean, that is a rivalry that has intensified, and I think all eyes, and as a promoter, if you're thinking about it, all eyes are going to be on these two when they step on the gridiron, when they step on the football field, and it's going to be intense, to say the least, and they're going to have a spotlight on them. 615-737-1025. This is the Josh Mathews Show. Let's take our first call of the day from right here in Nashville. Eric, how are you, buddy? Eric, thanks for the call. For those of you on Facebook and Periscope, what Eric asked was about Cody Rhodes coming to Impact Wrestling, and then asked about Damian Sandow. I said last week that I would love to see Cody Rhodes in Impact Wrestling, and I stay true to that. I would love to see Cody. I'm a friend of Cody Rhodes. He's going to be on Arrow, which is my wife and my favorite show. So I'd love to see Cody and talk to him about everything he's doing, and I think he's got a tremendous future and we'll see. Damian Sandow, yeah, I think he's great. I also think that our current roster is great, though, so it's tough for me to say, yeah, we should bring in Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes should come in, because I think the current roster that Impact has is phenomenal. I think that they've done, John Gaborik and Bob Ryder have done a great job of building this roster of what it is right now, and I think that it can be very successful moving forward. It's something that might not need to be messed with all that much. But Eric, again, thank you for the call from right here in Nashville. Cody, don't hang up in Springfield. We'll talk to you momentarily. I want to get back into what we were talking about and the biggest rivals. Call us if you have a biggest sports rival at 615-737-1025. I have two for college football. And when I got here this morning, Captain Kurt was here and Brandy was here, and we were talking about our biggest college football rivals, and immediately they jumped in on the conversation. I wrote down two. I have, because we're here in Tennessee, and you guys know that I'm a Ducks fan, and we're going to talk about Oregon a lot, but I have the Iron Bowl, Auburn versus Alabama. They've met 80 times. Alabama leads 44-35-1. Bama's won 2 in a row. They're both in the SEC West. They are going to meet in 2016 in Week 13, Saturday, November 26th in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And look, Alabama's just, they're at another level. They bring everyone up with them. Nick Saban is special. Listen to what NFL Hall of Famer Fran Tarkenton had to say about Nick Saban recently at the Republican National Convention. Captain Kurt is on the phone. He is literally not listening to me. Hey, Captain Kurt, can we get that audio drop, please? I'm going to fire my producer on the second week of the show. I don't know if I could fire him. And that pretty much sums it up for me. Fran Tarkenton, that's what he had to say. A leader gets stuff done. For those of you on Facebook Live and Periscope, that was a Fran Tarkenton. Here it is again. No, not again. Captain Kurt, it's early for you too, buddy. I know. It's Saturday morning. And but that was Fran Tarkenton talking about Nick Saban. A leader gets stuff done. Again, Auburn, Alabama, what I think perhaps the biggest rivalry in college football. And the reason I say this is because I lived in the Northeast for quite some time. And in the Northeast, people just don't like, I don't say don't like, but they're not big on college football. They spend their days on, their football days are on Sunday. On Saturday, they don't pay much attention to college football. But in 2013, the Iron Bowl, I was celebrating my birthday at a bar in New York City, and all eyes were on the Iron Bowl. Everyone was watching this incredible game. For those of you that don't remember, this was when it came down to a 57-yard field goal attempt and ran back out of the end zone. One of the best games, one of the best endings to an Iron Bowl, and it's gone on to become, in my opinion, one of the best games of the season. The other rivalry I have in college football is Notre Dame versus USC. And anyone that says this isn't one of the biggest rivalries in college football, it started in 1926. You know how much stuff has happened since 1926? Notre Dame leads 46-36-5. They will also meet in Week 13 in 2016, Saturday, November 26th in Los Angeles. You know what? Someone call my wife and let her know that on Saturday, August 26th, I'm going to be busy. From the very beginning of the day, from the end of the Josh Mathews show through game day, all day long. I'm hoping that the Iron Bowl is the 3:30 game and that Notre Dame and USC is the night game on Saturday, Saturday, November 26th, the day after my birthday. And I would also like to make it known right now, on July 23rd, right now, my pick, my prediction, Notre Dame will win college football's national championship in 2016. Don't look at me like I'm crazy, everyone in the room. It's going to happen. Brian Kelly's got this team in the perfect position to become college football's national champion. Let's go to the phones. Oh, Stamford, Connecticut. It's Matt from Stamford. Hi, Matt. Oh, okay. Okay, I got Yankees, Red Sox written down. Who else you got? You got Jets and Patriots? I know you do, because you live in Stamford, Connecticut. So tell me, the Northeast people, you're either, what is it, Jets, Yankees. You guys have like the same teams, right? Yeah. Well, Matt, thanks for bringing the show to a screeching halt. Oh. I got Yankees, Red Sox. I'll hit them. Guys, this is my best friend, Matt Fortune, calling from Stamford, Connecticut. And Matt, thanks for waking up early, buddy. I know you got a lot going on today with your wife and kids, so thank you for watching, listening along. All right, thank you. So that was Matt from Stamford, and he said, don't forget about Yankees, Red Sox. I have Yankees, Red Sox written down. I also have a call from Patrick in Athens. Patrick, what's up, buddy? Thank you. That's a big one. Patrick in Athens is talking about Georgia and Florida as one of the biggest rivals in all of sports. And I guess, Patrick, since you're calling from Athens, you are a Georgia fan. Well, thank you. That's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, correct? That is a bucket list game for me. Patrick, thank you for the call. His biggest rival is Florida and Georgia, calling from Athens. Matt called about Yankees and Red Sox. I also have some personal rivalries written down as well. I'm not a big stats guy. I'm not going to tell you like, hey, Magic Johnson played Larry Bird 47 times and here's this and that. And I just feel that, I'm a big fight feel guy. I like to, when I know that Tom Brady is going to play Peyton Manning throughout their careers, that was one that you wanted to just sit down and watch. Packers, Bears, another one that you just want to sit down and watch. And I mentioned living in the Northeast and how they're not big college football fans. I also grew up in Northwest Indiana, and my dad is a huge Green Bay Packers fan. And by default, we were all Green Bay Packers fans. But growing up in Northwest Indiana, at the time that I grew up, the only real news outlet that you had was local news. And it was all Chicago-fed stations in Northwest Indiana. So it was all Bears. And to me, that just turned me off. When somebody's stuffing something down my throat, I immediately want to go the opposite way. So I thank my dad for being a lifelong Packers fan. And we kind of got to be in the same city that, was the rival. It was fun. It was fun to do that. Matt called talking about the Jets and the Patriots. When I lived in the Northeast, I became a Jets fan. So it was almost like I got to experience what that hometown feel was all about. We got to take another break here on the Josh Mathews Show. That one went really fast as well. When we come back, we'll have Rockstar Spud on the phone. We'll talk about more sports rivals with Rockstar Spud. I also want to talk about a pop culture rival that's happening right now. T Swift versus Kim Kardashian versus Kanye West. Yes, I said it on the Josh Mathews Show. ESPN 1025, The Game.
T Swift. Hi.
Hi.
So, they're not hearing your calls, which is the same as before. But I thought last week we almost put like a
Who's
headset
our
up
guest
here.
calling in?
We got to call him.
Okay.
I got to go off Periscope for a minute.
Next wrestler, I will go do a remote in his house if you need me to. I'll just take the phone to him.
I mean, I appreciate
I
it.
volunteer to bring him breakfast in the phone. Like, Facebook Live, I need calls. I need questions. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
615 815
Are you putting his number out on the...
81.
Yeah. Hi.
8190.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
We're on Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Giving out phone numbers.
He has to change his number. It's easier. What's the spark of the day?
Cherry Spark and Red Raspberry Rehydrate.
When is our last segment when you're doing all these call-in ones?
It's literally just going to be the Q&A like we did for the whole show last
But what
week.
time does it start, do you know?
Oh, that one will be at... This one we go 30 to 41, so 44 to 56.
Thanks.
Look at me calling out times. I'm so proud.
Here I am. I'm
Top? Top covered maybe by the gimmick?
top. Up. Let's see. Hold on. Right. The problem.
So can they still hear us?
That's what I'm wondering, like, if they can still hear us during the break.
Can you guys still hear us?
Nobody. No.
They can't hear us at
No,
all.
nobody's even. No.
You know, I have something that might.
Wait, I think. Well, I don't know. Thomas, does that mean you can hear us?
Do you think this would work? This is.
All right,
like
they said they can
CBS.
hear you. They just said they can
Oh,
hear
they
you.
can?
Yeah.
Oh.
So hopefully then they'll be able to hear the questions that come in on their.
Well,
on
that's
the,
what I'm wondering is they should be able to hear.
Well, thanks, guys.
They should be able.
Is Cody still on the phone? Because he's been on the whole. All right, I'm gonna get him before we get to Spud. He's been waiting since the show started.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long he's been on?
What's he going to talk about?
I don't know. Matt Hardy.
Oh, I'd hope for Matt Hardy too. Cool.
So, what I don't know is they may not be able to hear you during the break because now you have a speaker.
That might
thing.
even be better.
Probably,
Yeah.
like when you give out phone numbers.
Yeah.
But, but this here should be a feed of what's feeding in there.
But they just heard us asking that on the break, so they'll be fine.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, my mom just texted me. She can hear.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Really?
Another good one. Captain Kurt picking out some great tunes this morning, Saturday, July 23rd. This is the Josh Mathews Show on ESPN 102.5 The Game. Give us a call, 615-737-1025. The Josh Mathews Show is brought to you by Freedom Pro Wrestling. Big show coming up Saturday, August 6th, 7 p.m. at the Fairgrounds here in Nashville. Before we get to our guest of the week, Rockstar Spud, I want to go to the phones. Cody, you've been waiting for a long time. Cody, welcome to the show. I'm good. How are you? Big one, good one, baseball. I'm not a huge baseball guy, but that's growing up outside of Chicago, that's a big one. Thank you for that one. Yeah, that's another big one. I think that, it is traditionally LSU's a lot better than Arkansas? Awesome. Well, Cody, thank you for the call. We appreciate it here on the Josh Mathews Show, 615-737-1025. It is now time for our guest for the week. Please welcome in from Birmingham, England, Rockstar Spud. Spud, good morning. I don't know where to start right now. One of the worst nights of your life. Did something bad happen here in Nashville last night for Rockstar Spud? So you've just gotten home. It's nearly 9 o'clock in the morning here in Nashville, and you've just gotten home from your night out?
Probably about two, yeah. But anyway, back to the pizza. I'll put the pizza in. I'm ready. I'm prepared the chicken. I'm good. I'm good to go. So I put this in. I'm like, 20 minutes. I'm going to have the pizza goodness. I'm not going to be hungover. I'm going to feel tremendous. My stomach's going to be full. What do? Fall asleep. What do I wake up to? Smoke. Candles on my room just smell like burnt sod.
What in the world are you talking? You know that we're on a radio show, right? You know that like people can hear you and that we're on all over the world, not just here in Nashville, but on Facebook and Periscope as well. And I know, guys, on Facebook, we're trying to get this figured out where you guys can hear Spud, okay? You're not missing anything right now, though. Don't worry.
Do you mean you're not missing anything? Like, they're missing one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, and that's an insight into my great.
Was that insight into your greatness? You broke up a little bit.
It was insight into the greatness that is my life here in Nashville, Tennessee. I broke up a little bit. My apartment broke up. It smells of bloody burnt pizza.
Okay, well, you want to talk about, we've been talking about the biggest rivals in sports. Do you have someone that you feel on the current Impact roster is your big rival?
Me, I have a gentleman that kicked my teeth that one recently. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I called it. I saw it. Of course I saw it.
Yeah, you called me. You saw me. You didn't give me any sympathy, though, did you?
Well, no, because, I mean, Braxton Sutter's, look, it's not ballet. You got inside the six-sided ring with Braxton Sutter and he kicked you, and now you have braces.
Yeah, brilliant. I have adult braces now, Josh. That means I can't even enjoy some of my favourite foods. I can't enjoy some of my favourite foods because I've burned the house down, obviously.
Hey, but easy, man. Your bosses are probably listening to this show. In any event, so you feel that Braxton Sutter is your... I thought you would go with EC3, Ethan Carter III, as your biggest rival in all of sports.
Well, one off. I mean, I wouldn't even call him a rival, just a long-lost friend. You're nearly on the list as well.
As
On the list as well.
a rival?
As a rival, yes. All you do is sit there every day, call me a ring lad. Sit there every day and you tell me that you're glad that my teeth got kicked out my throat because my mouth can be shut. And then all of a sudden you want me on the radio after I've got adult braces, Josh.
Well, I figured it would be a great opportunity for you to expose your brand, the Rockstar Spud brand, and I wanted to talk to you about, growing up in Birmingham, England, and perhaps some of the soccer rivalries that you saw throughout your youth.
Oh, there were several. I mean, where I live, Aston Villa and Birmingham City. Aston Villa have now been relegated since. Obviously, they were the big team locally, but they've been relegated now, so that's all fun and games back at home. My father's very happy, it seems. And just so he could go down the local pub and just with a bit of a swag, just look at all his red blood. Yep, he's not relegated. I mean, his team gets relegated. Do you know what relegation is?
Yes, I know what relegation is, and I also know that the Premier League is getting ready to start up again here soon, right?
I'm just checking. But yes, it is getting started again. And back in England, feel yourself for this summer. This is what usually happens in relationships when the football season's over. That's when it's girlfriend times. That's when it's going holiday.
It's very interesting to get some insight into your life live here on the Josh Mathews Show.
And what a life. I mean, you jumped on this train wreck a few times. I mean, but, you're obviously a man of better cook than me. I mean, you're happily married. You're a beautiful young girl. I mean, I should be following what you're doing, but,
Hey, look, to each his own. You're a young man in a new country. How long have you been in the States now?
nearly 4 years. I was in Louisville, Kentucky for a year. That was an experience. And I've been in Nashville, Tennessee ever since. Very happy to be here.
For those of you listening, and if you don't know who Rockstar Spud is, he is a Impact wrestler. He competes every Thursday night on Impact, on Pop, now on at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Rockstar Spud will also be competing at Freedom Pro Wrestling on Saturday, August 6th. The Josh Mathews Show is brought to you by Freedom Pro Wrestling. Do you know who you're going to be competing against at Freedom Pro Wrestling?
Not yet, my friend. I mean, last time I got there, I had Eric Bischoff, former owner of WCW and general manager of Monday Night Raw, snapped his mouth off. So I stepped in the ring and put him in his place, but then obviously Cowboy James Storm and Crimson ruined that. So I have main evented that building twice now. In 2 shows, I've been in the main event twice. You could say I'm the standout main eventer of Freedom Pro Wrestling. I'll take it.
Rocks.
Have I won both main events? No. But that doesn't mean I'm not the premier main eventer there at that promotion.
Spud is talking about Freedom Pro Wrestling. Rockstar Spud also won British Boot Camp Season 1. It is a reality show done by Impact Wrestling. That's how Spud earned his way onto the roster. What are you, 5'7", 5'6"? 5'4". I mean, look at what you've done in your career. You've got to be really proud of yourself for being able to say you've been in the ring with the likes of Kurt Angle. You've main evented Freedom Pro Wrestling. I know that you're playing this character, this villainous character now, but I mean, when you sit back and look at your career, you've got to say, like, wow, I've done way more than I probably should have done.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like I say, I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm doing what I love to do. I'm wrestling some of my heroes growing up. I was just speaking to a friend yesterday about a period of time in New York. As I was growing up, I was a big ECW the Extreme Championship Wrestling fan, and in New York City I got to wrestle. I know I got to be in the ring with the Dudley Boys and Tiny Dreamer and Rockstar. Just as a kid that used to watch that federation, just a dream come true to be wrestling the people it was, you know, in that certainty as well. So, you know, this industry's a blessing, and it does owe me nothing, and you get what you put in. So it's, you know, the business has been good to me, and the people in it have been great to me, and Impact Wrestling especially has been completely wonderful to me, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
What do you think? What's on your bucket list still of things you want to accomplish in Impact Wrestling? Obviously, all wrestlers get in wanting to be world champion. Is that something that you still aspire to become?
100%. That's all I've ever wanted to be. I mean, as what you call an undersized guy in the industry, I've got a chip on my shoulder. But the chip on my shoulder is that I want to prove to you that I can be the world champion. And at the same time, anyone that tells me no, it just drives me even more, because I'm one of those performers that, yes, you know, I'm undersized, but I don't think anybody, when they're watching me, remembers that I'm undersized once I start performing. And, you know, that goes a long way, I think. So that's where I aspire to be. I want to be the top guy. I want to be at the top of the ladder, and, you know, I work my ass off every day to do it.
615-737-1025. If you have questions for Rockstar Spud here in the Nashville area or anywhere, really give us a call. Danny here on Facebook Live says he can't really hear Spud. Guys, we're trying to fix you not being able to hear Spud all that great. We will get this worked out eventually. This is week 2 of the Josh Mathews Show. We still have some growing pains. But Danny wanted you to know, Spud, that he's watching and listening in Scotland.
Scotland? Oh, it must be about bloody midnight, 2 o'clock there.
Yeah, well, the show gets started here, London time, 2 p.m., and it's amazing to me to think about the level of just the reach of this show, that people in London, in your home country, Birmingham, England, are able to listen and watch the Josh Mathews Show each and every Saturday morning.
It's pretty impressive, mate. I mean, can we put that down to me, or do we slightly put that down to you and your years of, you know, service?
Well, I think we can split the praise. I mean, I started talking about you being on the show. You confirmed with me yesterday. Thank you for waking up this morning and being on the show. And I think, you know, a lot of people in Birmingham are listening and watching you, buddy.
You know what, mate? You're not a bad lad, and you've actually made me feel really good in the morning. I might even go to the gym now. We've got the endorphins. I feel really good.
Well, look, I do what I can, and I thank you for getting up for real. And I do have to say this live on the show. When I moved to Nashville 2 years ago, Rockstar Spud was he was probably my first friend when I got here. We've had many great nights together, many great days together, and I hope a lot more to come in the future for you and I, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. Mate, you know what? That's warmed my heart, and you did that live on air and everything. God, look at, you know, when we're in front of North Point people and our colleagues, and especially your wife, all you do is bury me. So this is like one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to you.
Well, you know, I want to be real on this show, and I really do. And I think that, you know, sometimes people see me, they just see me on Impact Wrestling, or they see what I put on Twitter. You don't get the real Josh Mathews all the time. But, buddy, go back to bed, go to the gym. Thank you for joining us live this morning.
Oh, mate, that's pretty sweet. I'm not even trying to give you any time from that pizza, but honestly, keep listening to this show. Josh is an incredible guy, multi-talented guy. He's on the radio all over the world.
But,
My friend Josh, very happy. Good, thanks for being here, mate.
James, have a great day, buddy. Okay, that was Rockstar Spud. He will be at Freedom Pro Wrestling Saturday, August 6th. You can see him each and every week on Impact Wrestling. Thursday nights, Impact on Pop, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We'll take a break. When we come back, I'm going to talk about the rivalry that I've been watching. Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West. That's next. And your calls and questions on the Josh Mathews Show on ESPN 102.5 The Game.
Nice.
I pulled that out because I thought maybe it was, you wouldn't be able to hear this. We're in commercial break, guys. Sorry if you couldn't hear Spud. We'll get it fixed, though.
All right, I'm going to Facebook Live you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask questions on yours.
Why are you going to Facebook Live? He's already on Facebook Live.
I'm doing mine. Do you mind? Okay, what? Oh.
Tech support. Shout out to Saint1188 on Twitter. Thanks for watching.
There you go. Fixed.
Oh, cool. Oh, awesome. Good shield.
Good job. All right, so bring yours up. How long do we have? 1 minute?
My wife, Madison Rain, wants me to plug Spark. Here's Spark, you guys. Actually, this might be Rehydrate. This might be Spark. Hey, wife, if you give me the web address, I can send people to the website.
Smart. So you got a smart wife right there.
Yeah. Eggs and bacon. She just asked me what I wanted for breakfast when I get home.
Oh,
That did not. No, that didn't happen.
I was like, I'm coming over. I'll be there in an hour. Biscuits and gravy, please.
That did not. No, that didn't happen.
I was like, I'm coming over. I'll be there in an hour. Biscuits and gravy, please. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, I want to talk about Taylor Swift, Kim, and Kanye, and then we'll do questions to the
On
end.
that. I have opinions. Why are they? I don't know why they're relevant. I don't get the whole fascination. I don't get it. Like, I'm not that old. I just don't get it. Josh, say hi to Billy real quick.
Hey, Billy. Hi, Bob Ryder. Bob might be over here. Hi, Bob. Not sure where you're watching from.
Is Vince McMahon off limits?
Huh?
Is Vince McMahon off limits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back. This is the Josh Mathews Show. It is Saturday, July 23rd. It happened again. This hour just flew by. I want to thank Rockstar Spud for joining us moments ago live on the phone here in Nashville. Spud will be at Freedom Pro Wrestling Saturday, August 6th with a bell time of 7 p.m. here at the Fairgrounds. If you haven't been, you should come check it out. The Fairgrounds is a great place to see professional wrestling. Thank you to everyone who's watching us live right now on Facebook. You can find us on facebook.com/ESPNJosh. We're live on Periscope through Twitter at RealJoshMathews. And, of course, if you're in Nashville, you're listening to us on ESPN Radio 102.5 The Game. Give us a call, 615-737-1025. We're talking about the biggest rivalries in sports, in pop culture. We had some great calls earlier. I mentioned the Iron Bowl in college football is one of the biggest rivalries. Notre Dame versus USC as a big rivalry. Matt from Stanford called and gave us Yankees, Red Sox, and Jets and Patriots, and someone mentioned Packers and Bears. And, you know, one of the biggest rivalries that's been going on in pop culture, and this is what I did on my Friday night. I learned all about the rivalry between Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West. I mean, at 35 years old, that's what I did on my Friday night. So that was an interesting evening and an interesting look into these lives of these people in Hollywood. And it all started in 2009. At the MTV Music Awards, Kanye interrupted T Swift's acceptance speech, and it's just been going on ever since. And in February of 2016, Kanye said a few things about T Swift in a track called Famous. He took credit for her fame, much like Odell Beckham Jr. is taking credit for the fame that Josh Norman is receiving. T Swift fired back. Kim Kardashian jumped in. She posted some Snapchat videos of Taylor Swift saying that, hey, Kanye, I like what you're saying. He left out one very important part of that song, but she said, I like what you're saying. Go ahead and post this song. He did the song. Taylor Swift posts to Instagram. The squad gets involved. Selena Gomez, Chloe Moretz, the other Kardashians get involved. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing? They caught me hook, line, and sinker. This is. I'm in the world of professional wrestling. This is a work. This is all a thing between young Hollywood. And Kanye's 39, so he's not even a part of young Hollywood. But they got me. They got me. I mean, Instagram, Snapchat, they're hitting all the social medias, and they're all laughing because they're all getting talked about. I mean, how else would we talk about Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West on a sports and wrestling show in Nashville on a Saturday morning? So what I suggest is Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, Kanye, make your way to Universal Studios in Orlando, get inside the six-sided ring, and compete on Impact Wrestling. I'll call it. It'll be awesome. Taylor Swift can bring Selena Gomez and Chloe Moretz, and Kim can bring all the other Kardashians. Kanye can be there, and let's just settle this thing once and for all inside the six-sided ring. That's how all rivalries should be settled. On Impact Wrestling, on Pop every Thursday. Kyle from Long Island, you're on the phone. Hello, Kyle.
Hey, Josh, thanks for having me on. I think the show should be 2 hours. It's been flying too fast.
I know, and I'm looking at Brandy right now, who really wants this show to go 2 hours, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there. It's a slow build. It's a slow burn. I'm literally just starting out in this world of radio, and I thank you for saying that, but we'll get there. What do you got for me?
So I just wanted to congratulate you because last night, well, Thursday on Pop, that was great, but last night I ordered the one-night-only World Cup Series, and I can't tell you enough how great of a show it was. I mean, the roster was having so much fun, and it wasn't just fun, it was a great competitive tournament. I just wanted to say that you guys did a really good job with that show, and any listeners who isn't familiar with the one-night-only series, you got to get the World Cup. That was awesome.
Kyle, thank you very much, and thank you for the call. And the One Night Only series is fun for all of us because it is an opportunity to sort of relax and just have fun in this genre of professional wrestling. And, you know, when I first started at Impact Wrestling, I wasn't very familiar with the One Night Only series, and I didn't take it very serious. And to me now, I have more fun, but I also call it a little more professional than perhaps I did when I first started. And it's a monthly pay-per-view series that's available throughout probably every cable or satellite provider. You can check it out. I think it's like $14.95 or $12.95, something like that. And it's 3 hours of entertainment. It's 3 hours of fun. This is the segment on the show where I want to hear from you guys. We got like 7 minutes left before we got to go, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. But continue to ask questions on Facebook Live. I'm going to turn Brandy's mic on momentarily, and she's going to hit me up with some of your questions. Let's go back to the phone. I got Cody calling from Springfield. It could be in any state in the country. Cody?
Hey, well, this is Cody.
Oh, hey, Cody.
Springfield,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Gotcha, buddy.
So I was going to ask you a wrestling related question, totally forgot. I got onto the cards and cussed subject. But how do you feel like about Jerry Lawler, about the whole draft thing and him not being on the commentary roster in the WWE?
Yeah, I did see that Jerry Lawler won't be calling either their Monday show or their Tuesday show. And Cody, thank you for the call. I don't know. I think that, and I love Jerry. He's one of my favorite people in professional wrestling. But I mean, at a certain time, do you move Jerry to one of the pre-shows? And I assume that's where he's going to go, to one of the Monday or the Tuesday, or maybe both pre-shows. They'll probably save money on transportation if they have the same panel for the Monday show and the Tuesday show. So maybe you'll get Scott Stanford as hosting with Booker T and Jerry Lawler, and then maybe a current member of the roster. I don't know. But I do think that at a certain time, at a certain point, you do need to sort of churn the waters a little bit and have someone else come in and give an opportunity to somebody else to call the show and provide a different perspective and a different point of view. But great question, Cody. Thank you, from Springfield, Missouri. We're talking biggest rivals in sports. We got about 5 minutes left. We're taking your questions and your calls and your comments. Brandy, what do I have on Facebook Live? Thank you guys for being patiently waiting as I have been doing the show this week. Trying to stay structured on the Josh Mathews Show.
There's a lot of great questions, actually. The first one is, who's your favorite TNA star?
I answered this question last week. My favorite TNA star is EC3, Ethan Carter III. Not only do I think he's tremendous inside our six-sided ring, I also think he's a great person. He's a great representative of the company.
Okay. Michael O'Connor wants to know, why do all TNA originals leave?
Why do all TNA originals leave? I don't know if that's necessarily true. The Monster Abyss has been there since the very beginning. The Cowboy James Storm had an opportunity to go and check out what was going on down in Orlando for the other company, and he decided to stick around. Jeremy Borash has been here since day one. So I don't know if all of the TNA originals do leave. I know that you're talking about like the likes of Eric Young and Bobby Roode and those guys. You know, their careers have been long, and they're getting to the point where they want to see what they have left in them, I guess. I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Okay. Why is Impact Wrestling not here? Cameron would like to know.
Why is it not where?
Here in Tennessee.
Well, the office of Impact Wrestling is here in Tennessee. We do our television tapings down in Orlando, and Universal Studios has been the home to Impact for many years, and it's a great place for us. We love going down there and love competing in front of everyone at Universal.
Next question. This one's a good one from Billy. How do people get a job with TNA or WWE? How do they go about that, getting into it?
How do you get a job with TNA or WWE? You go on the website. It's much like applying for any other job. You just go online, you look for whatever jobs are open, and then you apply for them online. It's very corporate. And when I was a kid, it was like, how do I work for WWE? Like, how do I do it? I couldn't even find the phone number. There was no online to look up. They've made it much easier. It's become very much like joining corporate America.
Okay. Pedro would like to know, what is your most memorable thing that you...
Are you nervous, Brandy?
I'm not.
Okay.
I know, I stumbled. Fumble. It's almost football season. I fumbled.
It's close.
What is your most memorable thing with Impact Wrestling or WWE? Like, what's that one thing you're going to always tell your daughter about?
The most memorable thing... that's tough. I mean, it's been 15 years that I've been a part of this world. I don't know if I'll ever sit down and talk about anything. That's just not me. I'm a forward thinker more so than living in the past. I like to move on and think about what's going on. You know, what's going to happen next. I mean, I'm more inclined to tell my family about the conversation I had yesterday with Sports Illustrated and the things that I'm going to be doing with them. I like to think about what's going to be happening in the future, and I will share with everyone the project that I'm working on with Sports Illustrated very soon.
Nice. This question's a great one. If somebody wants to be a commentator, what advice would you give them about getting in the business?
A wrestling commentator, the advice that I would give is the same that I would give to anyone that wants to be a commentator for regular sports. Go to school, major in broadcast journalism, and put a reel together. It's 2016. You can go out and pretend that you're on the air and have a friend shoot you on an iPhone. You can put a reel together, and you can send that to anyone. It's super easy to do. You just have to actually go out and do it. Get a nice backdrop. If you're here in Nashville, go stand in front of Bridgestone or Nissan Stadium and shoot a video.
Okay. So they're talking a lot about rivalries.
Yes, I love rivalries. That was the topic of the show this week. Jeremy beat me on Friday and said, look, you have to stay on task. You have to stay on focus. You have to just pick a topic and stay on it. You can't be bouncing all over the place.
Okay, bear down. So the last question is twofold. One, are you truly a WWE subscriber?
No.
You don't?
No, I do not subscribe to the WWE Network. I had it for free. I called my friend Matt, who called earlier on the show, when they had their big show, and I said, hey, is that subscription still in effect? And he said, no, they cut it off.
Okay. And do you think that, the last question is, do you think that WWE will ever change, will Impact catch up with them and be more like the WWE?
It's a good question. I guess you're talking about the juggernaut that they are, the conglomerate that they are. I think in wrestling there's so much space. I mean, people love our sport. They really do. And I think that there's an opportunity for so many people to just be a part of professional wrestling and be a part of the entertainment genre in itself. I mean, this is an entertainment show. This is the Josh Mathews Show. Time's up, folks. We're in overtime right now, so I have to say goodbye. I appreciate everyone for being a part of the show this week. We'll be back right here again next Saturday, 8 a.m. We'll be on Facebook and Periscope and all over the place. Thank you for joining us. The Josh Mathews Show brought to you by Freedom Pro Wrestling. We'll be back next week.
Good. That quick. Hey, before you log off,
Yeah.
you have to give a shout out to the Franklin County Sheriff's Department in Benton, Illinois.
Franklin County Sheriff's Department in Benton, Illinois. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the show. If I'm ever in Benton, don't give me a ticket for speeding.
Me either, because I have been pulled over by them.
Brandy either. Guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, okay? How do I finish?